Hello, I would like to inform you that you're about to listen to a lot of bullshit comments. So you might not agree with them, but that's the way of the world. Everyone has different opinions to you, so please don't cancel any of us. Please, and I hope you enjoy the podcast. Roll the weird shit.
Me at the start of recording. Hang on, I just need to finish this line.
Finish this line. That could be taken out of context.
I fucking knew it about Bethan.
It's okay, guys. I just finished that line so quick.
Is that why cosplayers never have money?
Yeah. It's not actually the fabric, it's the blow. Oh, God. Actually, no, it's probably the cost of cosplay that's keeping me away from the cost of drugs.
Oh, so's photography. Honestly, I swear I did. What was it? I was at a bus stop, and I think there was a drug deal going down. But I did say to myself, not bus deal, yeah, drug deal.
A bus deal.
Yeah, no, I just realised.
Hey kid, you want a route master? I've got a single decker here. That's a good one.
I got a stagecoach here instead, if you want.
Do you want to try some Super Loop? Get some good Super Loop in there.
A drug deal going down, and I did think, would you like? They did offer me. I was like, no, I'm a photographer. I have no money. Hello everybody, this is the Talk About Podcast, a weekly podcast on cosplay, Comic-Con and everything else. I'm your host Eddie, and this week we are doing a Room 101, and it's my birthday! Hang on. Yeah, baby! What was that? Yeah!
That's Eddie whenever he clears his backlog.
And I don't hear that often.
Hey.
Oh, man. Right. So, anyway, this coming week, on the 30th of April, is my birthday. Whenever this comes out, that's my birthday. But, oh, shit, I haven't introduced my guest. Sorry.
It's because no one cares.
No one cares.
Yeah.
Joining us on the podcast is Beth of What's Her Name Cosplay and Chapman of LPC Photography. Welcome to you both. I literally, as soon as it was about me, I'm like, fuck the other guys.
You're just there like, yeah, just
it.
talking to myself.
I was like trying to get people to come onto my podcast. I just went, why am I just doing it all by myself?
You know what? I want to see on your birthday, you do a podcast of yourself with yourself and with yourself. It's like you talking 3 characters.
Oh, I mean, don't
That's just
tempt
Eddie
me.
when he's home alone every evening.
Thanks.
Wow, Eddie, who didn't do the dishes? Oh, sorry, Eddie, that was me.
I generally have actually done a podcast. I did a TikTok just now about it. Hang on. Oh no, is that the
I
one
know
I
you
just...
just sent it to me. I did just rob that idea. Nothing's original.
Oh.
Nah.
Oh. Oh. Anyway, so what where are we up to? What we're doing? So this is a Room 101 podcast. We are going to be putting things into the FNC Room 101 where we discuss certain gripes, annoyances about the community, and hopefully we can banish it into my Room 101 for the FNC Room 101 for copyright reasons. And and hopefully the community be a lot better. Yeah, we can only hope. But also it's my birthday, so I'll talk briefly about it. And we'll probably talk about it a little bit more in the podcast extra. But before we do that, I will do a welfare check. Welcome welfare check? No, just welfare check. I don't know.
A welfare
Bethan,
check on the welcome.
Yeah, exactly. How's your welcome? No, Bethan, how are you? How's the last 7 days for you?
Yeah, it's been okay. I feel like I am just a permanently exhausted pigeon. But yeah, no, it's been fine. Celebrated my boyfriend's birthday this week, so I had the day off work Thursday, and we went bowling and went to the Carvery. Had Yorkshire puddings, Eddie.
Fuck off!
And then actually had the day off work again yesterday. Oh, she's only working 4 days a week. Went to Aber Voyage, the show that's on kind of near like Stratford in London. Very interesting, very cool tech. There were some bits where, like, if you're not sure what it is, it's basically like a big projection gig type show for ABBA. It's about an hour and a half long straight through. And to be fair, it does look like they are playing live on that stage. There's some bits that are a little bit like Uncanny Valley or close up, you're like, yeah, it's a computer model. But overall, it was really quite fun. Tech was very impressive. Lighting was great. Then today we went to the Pokemon International Championships are on at the ExCeL.
Yeah,
and you can book a slot. Just you didn't have to buy a ticket, but you could just go in and go to the Pokemon Center shop. So me and my other half did that today as well. It was okay. It was weird. It was meant to be massive. It was like at the ExCeL halls N1 to 3. So I'm looking at this floor plan. I'm like, oh my god, this shop's going to be enormous. But really, it was a bit spaced out, and some of the stuff was a bit not like odd, but it was like, oh yeah, there's Pokemon plushies, but it's like really odd ones. You know, it's not like the usual ones you'd expect. Like none of the evolutions, no like Pikachu or anything. There was a lot of like odd ones from the last couple of gens. You know, I was expecting sort of like, you know, starters from maybe like Gen 2 to 4 or something. But yeah, it was interesting. It was a nice way to spend 45 minutes wandering around. Yeah. Spent money and left again. But yeah, it's been good.
The way you describe the Pokemon experience reminds me of the Scotland Willy Wonka experience.
It was better than the Glasgow Willy Wonka experience, I promise. At least it was like free entry, but you know, it was good fun. I bought a plushy Bulbasaur backpack, and as I bought it, I was just like, I don't know when I'm ever going to use this, but it's cute as hell. And my other half was like, you're just going to have to do a Pokemon trainer cosplay and just take it to con, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. That's the excuse.
I was going to say, I bet you just deliberately put that in there. You just go, I have to trick my boyfriend to say this so that I've got an excuse to buy it. That's right. Yeah. Don't pretend this was an accident.
Yeah. Oh no, honey. How do I justify spending my own money? And he's just there like, I can't stop you at this point.
It's my birthday. Why am I buying this for you? I don't understand.
Oh god. Yeah. You know, sensible adult life choices with sensible adult money. Not me, but someone was.
Oh, dear Lord. Anyway, well, nice to know you've had a good 7 days and all that. Chapman, what about you? How's the last 7 days for you?
Still job searching.
Oh, shit, I forgot. I totally forgotten that you're still job. Oh, no, I generally thought that since my podcast went out, that my plea for someone to find Chapman a job was successful. So I generally assumed. I'm so sorry.
It's fine. Video games is still like, no one knows what the heck is going on. That's the best way to describe it.
Yeah. I mean,
fingers crossed I'll get a job before your next podcast.
If you got free time, do you want to just be the co-host for my podcast until you find a job?
How much does it pay?
We could be the next Rooster Teeth. We could be the next off menu or was it open menu? I don't know what they're called.
Well, get bought out by Sony and then just sold off again.
Yeah, something along those lines. And yes, I did purposely just ignore your question about payment. So we're just going to leave it at that.
Sounds like you. But no, I've also been preparing and packing for Camp Cosplay. I'm guessing with that silence you haven't a clue what it is.
Yeah, I was also taking a swig of drink at the same time.
I feel like I've vaguely heard of it, but I couldn't actually tell you what it is.
So you've heard of VNCon, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So a group of cosplayers has tried to redo what VNCon has done in Amsterdam, but in the UK. So we're going to like a Center Parcs kind of style, foresty area. A bunch, I think like 60 people of us. And we're just going to have a weekend of cosplay photography, cosplaying, photo shoots, and all that.
I think you mentioned this last. Yeah, I remember you saying this last time, but you couldn't tell me the exact details. So you're now involved in that?
Yes, I am attending. That's all I know. I know where it is. I know the time and date of it, and I know what's called. That's it.
That's it. Okay, that's fine. That's all right. That's fine. No problem. I'm just saying it's. I know I wasn't invited. I just saying. You know. Yeah.
You're too fancy for this, Eddie.
Oh,
we know
fuck
how you
off.
are. You only go if you get a press pass.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Eddie is such a diva like that.
Whoa! Excuse me. I paid for a ticket for MegaCon Live London. I paid for a ticket for VidCon. Shh! Don't gaslight me. Don't gaslight me.
That's because with MegaCon you applied for your press pass the week of the event, Eddie.
I didn't know if I was going or not, and it was a new year and all that. I didn't go to MegaCon Live because I didn't want to go.
You're like, hey,
you never got
I didn't get a pass. It's just because I don't want to go.
I don't think I. No, I
don't want to go to MegaCon anyway. It's fine.
No, I don't think I actually. I don't think I have been given actual press pass for MegaCon Live, but that's not the reason for my negativity towards it. Nor I generally believe it. The community makes it out like the best thing since sliced bread or since cosplay bread, but. Anyway, that's not part of my Room 101 thing and all that. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I feel like we could have a whole podcast ranting about, like, different events.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. And I would love to have that, but also not, because I feel that would just ruin any chance of anyone getting something from that event, should we ever be noticed. So, I'm like, no.
We'll keep it to the group chats. It's fine.
Yeah.
Or maybe if we talk enough about it, they'll notice that our disdain and they'll try and change our minds by giving us free entry.
No. I've said this before on a previous podcast about MegaCon Live. The amount of bitching I've made about their event, I know there's nothing about them. They'll go, we should invite this guy so he changes his mind. They'll just go, fuck no, he'll stay. From what I heard about what Birmingham was like, I'm like, thank fuck I didn't go. I was actually quite glad. So, yeah, I think I've, that metaphoric bridge that I've like lit set a light. Yeah, that's to cinders now. There's no turning back now. There's not even another bridge down the river path. I'm this gorge, whatever. I'm screwed. So yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So yeah. Oh man,
Eddie cancelled by MegaCon Live, not clickbait.
Oh, of all things I thought I'd be cancelled for, I didn't think of it an actual whole organizer. To be fair, I did defend them when all the photographers had their I almost said something quite fuck it. When all the photographers had their knickers in the Twitter about, oh my god, they're stopping us taking photos. I went, no, just stand back and just look at the bigger picture and why maybe this happened. And yeah, I'm glad I didn't jump on that ship and then found out, oh, okay then. So yeah, it's just it was just I like I said, security were acting upon something, and I think there's something beyond that, but I don't know, and I don't want to speculate just in case. People might think, oh my god, Eddie was told something, like, no. So yeah, but I just think there's sort of a bigger picture behind that. Anyway, we're not talking about that. What should we do? Should we talk about me or do Room 101 first?
Do we want to talk about you?
It's my birthday.
Let's be honest. He wants to talk about himself. He's just finding an excuse.
That's true.
That's why we were invited to this podcast.
Excuse me. I'm on almost 200 episodes. They contain me on every episode. I think I do enough talking anyway. Jesus Christ. But no, I thought rather than a whole episode of me talking, because what I've done in the past, I've asked my guests to interview me or ask me questions about certain things. I'd bring one of the features I've actually enjoyed doing, which is the Room 101 segment of the podcast, the food and cosplay room. I keep got to put the FNC. I really am worried the BBC will knock on my door. Excuse me, I think this is our copyright material. I'm like, is it? I put the FNC in the front of it. That'll get me around the copyright thing. Yes, and things like that. Yeah. So, are we doing me then? Oh, hell, that sounded wrong. Sorry.
You tell you what, you do yourself and we'll listen.
I'll mute my mic for that, okay?
To be fair, I keep muting mine because I am also sewing at the same time, and you guys don't need to hear my machine going. Whee!
Hang on, are you suggesting I don't have your full attention during this podcast?
You do, but I always have to multitask. I can't just sit on a phone call and and do nothing. Like I'm always doing something else.
No, but I'm also terrible at doing that as well. Like I have to do multiple things. So if I'm like talking to someone on the phone, I'm like either playing a mobile game or something like that, or editing photos, things like that. And I am listening.
Yeah,
but I know I'm not.
I mean, I'll use like weekly phone calls with my mum to get shit done that I need to do, like putting away laundry, hanging up laundry, or anything, because I need to be able to multitask it. I mean, I know my mum paces around the house anytime she's on a phone call. Like that woman gets her steps in, so it's like I'm listening, but also I don't want to sit here and just stare out the window.
No,
but like when will my podcast return from war?
Jesus Christ. What are you doing, chat? Are you just sitting? Are you the only one that's sitting and listening?
I'm also ordering memory cards in the background.
Well, we're cosplayers and cosplay photographers. We have to stick to brand.
Oh, absolutely. I think we all know we all have like mental deadlines we want to hit. So therefore, we are just multitasking all the time. So
listen, it's like maybe 48 days till MCM, something like that. Hang on, where's my countdown app?
For you guys,
47 days to MCM for me, and I feel like I'm crunching this costume, even though I know I'm not. It's just taking longer than I thought I would.
Yeah, for you guys for MCM. I told you I'm not going to MCM.
That's fine. I'm not.
Not until they sort out their shit. Which won't happen for at least the next century or two.
Other organisers are available, so don't feel like you have to support them. Oh no, I will support them. I think I will still support them, even if I get denied a press or creator pass. That's what I'm going to say. I did get.
You're just going to be standing outside of the boundaries around by like the Sunborn, like let me in.
I did make a shot at those. I think they call it LoserCon. Those people.
Yeah. They just wait outside.
Yeah, and I'm like, because I think the NEC doesn't help with trying to get punters through the door. You can get punters at the venue, but not through the door, because it's weird, because Excel should have the same problem, but I don't think it does. I don't know.
I feel like the Excel, because it like MCM there takes up the whole Excel. You kind of have to go in and interact in some capacity. But with the NEC, I think it's just those halls, isn't it? Like it's just the halls that it's in. Yeah. I've not made it to Birmingham since like pre-COVID, but
also with Birmingham MCM, it's the after-con events is what people go to, like the relaxing in the hotels for drinks and all that, more than I think actually at MCM itself.
Yeah.
Relaxing what? When do people relax? I don't know this.
Yeah, you're a photographer like me. We don't know the word relax.
Relax in this economy.
I said in the green room. I finally actually went to the bank. I actually went to a bank and actually went, Mr. Bankman, can you help me sort out my finances? I've had such anxiety every time I think about going to the bank. And I don't know if anyone has this fear about the bank, but yeah, for me, it's quite real. So I finally plucked up the courage to do that. And I generally rang up someone to say, I went to the bank, and they went, well done, Ed, well done. And like, I know anyone else would have just gone, fucking grow up. But for me, I needed that encouragement. I just need someone to go, well done, pat on the back and all that. I actually just generally...
I still feel like there's some steps of adult life where it's like, oh, this wasn't actually explained to us. Oh. Like, unless you were lucky enough for, like, school or, like, family to sit you down and go, oh, yeah, by the way, you should actually be doing this. Yeah. You don't know, and it feels kind of impossible to start.
Oh, you wait for my selection from the Room 101 to, that may come up.
But Eddie, you never complain about anything.
Who, me? No! No.
I just want to say, why do they teach us quadratic equations, and why not just teach us tax math? Like, how the fuck does tax work? That's
like how do you fill in a bloody like self-assessment form? Like, how's that meant to work?
Stop taking my Room 101 entry. We'll get to it in a minute.
Yeah, like why would I need Pythagoras theory?
Stop
Just give me how tax theory.
The theory is we're meant to pay tax.
Well, unless you're a comedian called Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. If anyone's wondering what I'm doing on my birthday, I'm doing my thing. I usually do is just hire out a studio. Should I mention where it is? I think most people can work it out, but just in case there's a lot of people that seems to descend into the north area, I don't want to. But I'll probably try to do some Instagram lives out of it from the day, and so that people can just watch.
Do people want to go to the north?
Whoa! Wow, I think you've just been blocked off from the north.
The question is, where do you define north?
Well, yes, exactly. Was it? Some people say the north of, I think, Oxford is the north or something like that.
I'd say north. I'd say north of Birmingham.
Would have. Yeah, I would actually said if you took England as. Yeah, if
no one wants to take England.
I know. If you ignore the Cornwall foot and the East Anglia butt end and just look at it as England as like a cylinder, yeah, I would have said Birmingham's the middle, everything up that is north.
Surprisingly, I had someone I worked with before, really intelligent guy, called anywhere above Watford the north. And if people don't know where that is, there's London. If you Google London, and if you look like in Google Maps, like 2 or 3 centimeters outside the border of London is Watford.
Yeah. I mean, intelligence is a very it's a finite thing at times. Considering if you look at the world currently at the moment, you know. Oh, jeez. Anyway, let's. But yeah, I am looking forward to my birthday. I love celebrating my birthday. I was talking to someone else about celebrating my birthday, and there's some people just go, "What? No." There are people who don't enjoy like celebrating their birthday. I went, "What the fuck?" I love celebrating my birthday. It's like I was just saying to someone else about this. I said, I feel like, and I know I'm about to say this, and I'm going to get ridiculed for it. So I am genuinely saying this. I'm being earnest when I say this.
Oh God, here we
go. But I know I'm going to be ridiculed for this. It's the one day I'm selfish. It's the one day I get to be selfish. It's all about me. Because I feel like I spend so much time doing for everyone else. And I don't mind it. And I know that sometimes I'm taking a ride, people taking advantage of me. I know it. I'm not stupid. But I like to think that my birthday is my day. So, you know, everything I request within reason, like, oh no, I'm going to drown that MP. Oh, yeah, go on then.
I'm going to cancel MegaCon. Oh, well, it is your birthday.
You get a press pass. You get a press pass. You get a press pass.
Everybody gets a press pass.
But now they charge 70 quid.
Wait, this is just a normal ticket with the word press on it.
It's been written on in like Sharpie.
And it's not the one that's permanent, so you can just wipe it off.
The E isn't even an E, it's just the number 3.
It's not even on plastic, it's on tissue paper.
So you can wipe up your tears afterwards.
The lanyards are flossing, teeth floss.
Oh, my eyes. Oh. But yeah, so what was I saying? Birthday. I just love celebrating because I like to think that the people I invite, it's about me. And the thing is, the people that I'm shooting with at the studio, I almost said the studio name. Oh, fuck it, Montrose Studio. Some of them don't know it's my birthday shoot, and I don't want, as much as I like it to people to know, I like people to celebrate. I don't want people to go too much of the extra mile just to go, oh, here you go, have this, have that, or let's do this. I'm like, oh no, I've got things to carry. Oh no,
look at me, I'm Eddie, and I get too many presents. Oh.
I'm genuinely worried I won't get any presents. So my sister just gave me her present to me. And I almost opened it, but I went, no, I'm going to wait till my birthday, so I at least got one thing to open on my birthday.
I thought you were going to say, no, get me something better.
What she's done 2 Christmases in a row which I panicked her for a little bit. So 2 years ago, she got me a Friends puzzle. And last year, she got me another Friends puzzle. But we both looked at each other and I went, you've already gave me one of these, but I don't know if it's the same one. I thought it was the same one. But luckily they're not. So I've got 2 Friends puzzles that are totally different. And the present she just gave me, I did say to her, this better not be...
Is this a Friends puzzle?
I actually don't know. Hang on, let me just see if I can grab... Hang on.
Give it a shake.
It's a Friends puzzle.
Sorry. Hang on. Oh.
Maybe we should all do that now. Maybe for Eddie's birthday, we should all just get him Friends puzzles.
No.
Oh no, I'm getting him a Yorkshire pudding puzzle.
Oh no! Okay, I've got put the wrong ears in. Genuinely, listen. That sounds like either a puzzle or Lego.
Do you even like jigsaw puzzles?
No! I'm not saying I hate them. I just said it's not my thing. But yeah. Anyway, look. I don't want to be talking too much about my birthday. We'll probably, as I said, we'll talk more about it in the podcast extra. But I want to get in at least 2, if not 3 of the Room 101. So it might be quite quick this round of Room 101. So I've got to be very on the point, very short and succinct. Oh, geez. Right. I think, look, it's my birthday, it's my show, it's my podcast. Let me go first. Let me go.
It's Eddie's podcast and we're all living in it.
Okay, all right. Shall I do food? Let's do food one. Let's do that quick one out of the way, all right?
Food and cosplay?
Food and cosplay, I know, right?
Hey!
Hey! So, my wanted to go in the food and cosplay Room 101. I don't get the issue with pineapple on pizza. I generally don't understand it. Like, I think because I come from a family which eats everything. And I mean, we eat everything. Like, the things that have been given to me the last 40 years of my life, it would just astound people. Like, I've eaten oysters, chicken feet, duck's tongue, I've eaten goose. I've had snake. I've had snake soup. It's, and like, I'm not gonna be a fussy eater. All right. So when I hear people go, "Oh my god, I can't deal with pineapple on pizza," I'm like, okay, cool. Why are you so strongly against it? I do not understand. Like, I understand if you go, oh, I've got an allergic reaction to it, or I don't like the taste of it, that is fine. But it's just that extra mile that people really go to really emphasize. I don't like pineapple on pizza. Doesn't belong with it. It's succulent. The Italians don't even do it. And like, yeah, but the pizzas that we have, it's not Italian pizzas. This is very, westernized commercial pizza that we've ruined the Italian pizza. So I don't know where this connection is between that type of pizza and pineapple. Anyway, I'm just saying, I think
it's become one of those internet memes now, hasn't it? That's like, oh, you've got to have an opinion on it.
Yeah, and that's my opinion. I have none. It's fine. It's just like,
I have no opinion, he shouts.
No, just goddamn it!
I just don't care.
And like I do have a friend that said, "Oh, I don't like pineapple people," and I did say, "Oh, are you one of those people?" I went, "Oh no, I'm allergic to it." "Oh, okay, sorry, you're fine. You have a pass." But everyone
Eddie lowers his shotgun. Yeah, you can do it this time. He's like, "Don't fucking bring your anti-pineapple around here again."
Your anti-pineapple propaganda. But yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, Jamin?
You do know pineapple on pizza was started as a joke, right?
No, I didn't. But
genuinely so. Random knowledge. Someone told me once. It was started by a Greek guy who moved to Canada in like the 60s or something like that. Had a pizza shop, and for the fun of it, let's just put pineapple on and see what it tastes, and that's how it started.
That's fine. That's how most foods are discovered. It's through experimentation. It's like, we were talking about this the other day with my sister's friend. It's like, she goes, what do you think about an egg in a fish pie? Like half an egg. And I went, it's fine. It's just probably just updating the recipe to a fish pie just to make it a little bit more fancier. How an egg does that, I have no idea. But yeah, it's like, I have no opinion. Foods do evolve through time. It's like, I'm fine by it. There'll be some foods I will like, some foods I don't like. But that's how food evolves. Anyway, that's just me. Anything else to add to that before we move on?
No, I mean,
I put ketchup on pizza.
So what?
I put ketchup on pizza.
There's already tomato sauce on it.
Isn't sweet enough.
Fair enough. I don't like pineapple on pizza because I don't like the texture of hot pineapple. So
which is but saying you don't like something about it is fine, but it's that extra mile that people really push it out. Like, I don't like it. I'm like, all right, calm down.
It's like, all right, touch grass.
Okay, I think we've exhausted that one very briefly, as much as we can. Beth, I'll let you go next. What about food that you would like to put into the F&C Room 101?
Mustard being put into sandwiches where it shouldn't be. Because I'm a picky eater, and we suspect it is because I'm very likely autistic. So if I'm going into like a restaurant or a fucking Pret or a Costa or something, anywhere that's got sandwiches, I go for something I know that's safe. Ham and cheese sandwich, banging, 10 out of 10, can't go wrong. Then I read the back of it, and all of a sudden, they've changed the recipe, and they're like, yeah, we've put mustard in this, and I'm like, mustard hurts my mouth. It's spicy, it's painful. I'm too white to be eating mustard. Please stop changing your recipes and stop putting mustard in things. Because if I go into your chain shop and I just can't get a basic fucking sandwich because all of a sudden you've slathered it in mustard, I'm leaving. I'm not going back to your establishment. I don't eat at Pret. All their sandwiches are fancy as far as I'm concerned, as in there's shit I don't like. But yeah, fuck off with your mustard. Stop ruining. Fucking Costa did this. I love a Costa, and they had I think they've had like a panini or one of their versions of their ham and cheese toasted sandwich. I think it's the one with the cheese on the top. Suddenly mustard. Didn't have mustard before, it's got it now. Brilliant, thanks. Just as well I read the package, because otherwise my mouth would have been unhappy, and I'd have been unhappy. Fuck your mustard.
Can I just ask very quickly, do you eat curries?
Chicken kormas, yeah, like mild ones, like kormas and I can't remember the name of the other one. It will come back to me in like 20 minutes. But like very mild ones, but I can't do spice. I remember once I went on, this was when I was like a teenager, and I went on the work like Christmas meal, and I ordered like a steak, and I didn't realize like it had peppercorn sauce on it, and I was like, oh, this is fine. Holy shit, I got through. I mean, I don't drink alcohol. I got through like 5 J2Os in that meal because I just kept having to swig. And I remember all the other colleagues are like older women, and they were like, oh, you're all right, you've drunk quite a lot. And I'm just there like, a pepper. Why would you do this to me?
I mean, I say this with such
it's fine, you can say it. We've been friends for like 10 years.
I know. I say this with as much friendship we have. It's how white are you?
I am the palest shade of foundation in the shop white, okay? my boyfriend absolutely roasts me for it because he's moving in like a month or so. And he's like, I'll do the most of the cooking because I don't really bother cooking that much. I'll do very, very basic shit. And he's like, I'm going to have to like separate out our portions. So there's like, his has got the spicier shit like the ghost peppers in. And I'm just there with my like fucking Fisher Price meal.
Wait. You say ghost pepper as the spiciest shit. Ghost pepper's like the spiciest shit there is. That's two extremes.
Yeah, I mean, he is weird like that. He does like very spicy things, and I do not.
Can I just check? Do you get like sunburnt from opening the fridge?
No, but it was a little bit warm out today, and I did start to feel it go a little bit. I've actually got a ring light on now while I'm sewing, and I've had to put some SPF 30 on.
Anyway, let's move on before I lose myself. Chapman, what would you like to talk about food very briefly?
I feel like the thing I said is now completely irrelevant.
Go forth, be your true self.
Okay. So I don't know if most people I assume would like this. The chicken Kievs.
Mm-hmm. And
they are missing in stores. If you try to find them in any store, they are super hard to find. And this all started because they chose. So I think I can't remember what company it was, but one of the food stores chose to rename the chicken Kiev, which was spelled Kiev, to Kiyv in support of Ukraine. And since then, you can never find it in store anywhere, either under either names. You're barely lucky to even find it online.
I mean, I swear I've seen them in the shops. I've had one recently. I'm sure of it.
The last one I had was a year and a half ago.
Oh, I definitely had one recent than that. Like, I've got an air fryer, and I thought, oh, what would be good to go in the air fryer? Oh, some Kiev, so I bought some. Oh, no, wait. No, that would definitely, yeah. I confused it with a fish cake, but no, I definitely had a Kiev.
Are you sure now?
Are you sure, Eddie?
Are you sure, Eddie?
Is that your final answer?
If I'm honest, it's very 50-50. I can't remember. It was two types of fish cake, which had a very yellowy sauce in one of them. So it might be...
Oh, dear.
But I will say again, I am sure I have seen them in the shops.
I see. No, I'm thinking I haven't had one for a while, but I've not been looking. So, but now I want to go down to like the supermarket and have a look. So I do like a Kiev.
I've actively looked for one for the last few months, either from the big chain. Can I even say the chain names?
Yeah, go for it. We're not the BBC. We can be. I will say other supermarkets are available.
Okay, so I've checked Tesco's, Sainsbury's, Waitrose, M&S, Ocado, Co-op, none.
Other supermarkets are available. I mean, I don't think you're looking hard enough. I swear. All right. Once I'm out and about, when I'm released in the wild, I am gonna like you did to me when we talked about Yorkshire puddings. I will every time I see Kiev, I will fucking take a picture of you and go, look what I found. Fuck you.
Why take a picture of me?
I'm not taking a picture of you.
You said take a picture of you.
Oh my god. Okay, for you of the chicken Kiev.
Okay, that's better.
God, Jesus Christ.
Can't take a picture of him either.
Psst, he's not real. Oh, geez.
Santa.
Say nothing. Say nothing. Oh man. Anyway, anything you want to say about that, Beth?
You know what? I now do want to go down to the supermarkets and have a look because it's not something I've looked for recently, and I'm like, damn, do we ever? I'm like, is it the Russia-Ukraine thing? Is it a Brexit thing? I mean, it could be any of the above at this point.
It could really be any of the above. I mean, oh yeah. Anyway,
maybe they've been cancelled for being too woke. Like Rishi Sunak's turned around and is like, the Kiev is 2 meals in one. That's we can't be having that. You're either chicken or you're garlic.
It's not British enough.
Too much garlic. Cancelled now.
It's got too much Ukrainian in it. Oh yeah. Ugh. Jesus Christ. Oh god, I hate the current. Anyway, we're not going political. Fuck that. Anyway, I'm looking at the time. I want to get moving with at least 2 more subjects. So, we'll all get a vote each, and if it's a dead heat, we'll just move on. But I just because Beth hasn't been on one, I've just realised. So it should. So I feel
like I have, because when I was looking at the list of what you talked about before, I'm like, oh yeah, I hate that, and I hate that, and I hate that.
Or you just share opinions with other people?
No, I'm unique. I'm special. Oh, yeah.
Sure. What was I gonna say? Right, so I went with the issue of pineapple on pizza, like the real, like people who go the extra mile about it. Beth went with the sudden appearance of mustard. And Chapman just for some reason chicken Kiev. So
the lack of
the conspiracy, the propaganda, they all disappear and they're all been hidden from. Maybe each supermarket know you're coming and they just hide it from you.
The big Kiev conspiracy.
Anywho, so I'll go first. I'll put my I am not persuaded enough to change from my own selection, so I'm going to stick with my pineapple one. Beth, are you going to stick with your mustard or are you going to switch your vote?
I'm sticking with the mustard. I still hate that, but I am quite depressed at the thought of not being able to have a chicken Kiev.
Sad Beth.
sad cosplay noises.
And Chapman?
As much as I love Kiev, I have to say I hate the surprise mustard.
Woohoo!
Oh, son of a bitch! It's my birthday.
Victory!
Like, especially if you get a sandwich, like you said, a sandwich and there's mustard.
It's like if you've changed the recipe all of a sudden. Like, why would you do that to me?
See,
this is why I've got trust issues.
But you wonder about the mustard on the Pret cheese and the cheese toasty. Like,
Oh,
I know
don't
what you mean.
like-
I forgot to mention it.
There's like a Costa one as well. I don't.
Oh, is there?
Pret,
Sorry.
Pret is too like. Pret is too much in their sandwiches that I won't eat. Like I go in there for a hot chocolate and that's about it.
Oh, I've literally drained their chai latte, but I recently did get their toasty, and I was surprised by the mustard, and I went,
Aha! See.
Wait, but I went, that's nice. But anyway, so
That's because you're not as white as a paper towel.
yeah, I don't get sunburn when I look at my phone in the night. Okay.
If I stand in front of my sewing machine, I vanish.
The light, no! Oh man. So, what we're gonna do? So, we've done the food. Should we do the cosplay? Let's do the cosplay. Right. As we've got the residential cosplayer here, let's start with her. So, what about cosplayers that you would like to put into the Food and Cosplay Room 101?
Cosplay influencers, and I'm not talking about popular cosplayers who do shit like I'm not talking about people like Yaya Han or any others like that where they actually kind of sounds horrible provide a service. They provide things. They're not just internet famous. They have books or they do commissions or they do they teach stuff like that. No problem. It's the ones where, and it's especially come up since lockdown and COVID, where it's people that just do it on TikTok in terms of don't like cosplayers make TikToks. Hang on, ones that are like, oh, I want to be internet famous. I want to be an influencer. Oh, I'll do it through cosplay. So they buy loads and loads of fashion costumes, fly through them, never wear them again, make a whole bunch of videos, have to cosplay the absolute latest craze or not touch it at all, and then try to do it to get invites to things, flog you shit, all that sort of thing. It's just cool, you're just doing this because you think you can make a quick buck. It's like, why? What are you providing to the community? And then it's people like that who'll get creator passes, and I'm like, cool. So they create TikToks, buy their costumes, give you discount codes for energy drinks that you're never going to have, and that's what we want to represent our community now. Fuck off. I have a lot of opinions on this. Also, it's very old school because I've been cosplaying for 15 odd years. The concept of this back in fucking 2009, if you'd said, yeah, there'll be really kind of internet popular cosplayers that don't really provide anything apart from looking pretty, knowing how to edit short form videos and flogging you shit. They want you to be the consumer. It's oh, okay, that's weird. Do you guys not want to just dress up as Doctor Who anymore? Actually, no, don't get me started on Doctor Who cosplayers. They're horrible. Maybe I should swap. Maybe I should put Doctor Who cosplayers in Room 101.
Well, I just want to say on the face of this very quickly, I don't know Bev. I don't want to associate myself with Bev. I love influencers. Don't get me wrong. He really
wants a discount code for certain energy drinks that partner with people that have over 1,000 followers.
How do you know he's not giving out the codes?
I am the code generator. Ha ha ha. No, I see where you're coming from, but I will admit something, and I said this in the green room, so it's not going to be a massive surprise to them. I need somewhere to somehow fund my photography, these podcasts, things like that. And I'm lucky that at the moment...
Are your feet pics not doing it anymore?
No, but my dick pics are. Yes, pictures of Dick Grayson from the Batman series. It's going very well. No?
I think you should actually set up an OnlyFans like that. Food and cosplays dick pics, and it's just photos of cosplayers of Dick Grayson.
No. Just think about what you're saying. You're suggesting that I will... There are people in the world who want to see me naked. I can't imagine anyone, and I know I should be nice to myself when I say this, but even I know. I even I when I shower I don't look south. I just the shower, just feel around. Ooh, what's that? And then yeah.
Is everything still where it should be? Is there an extra lump?
1, 2, 3, 4. Good, all there. Anyway, so...
Oh god.
I like my butt cheeks. Anyway, so
they call him 4 butt cheeks, Eddie.
Oh my god! This is
if you listen to this podcast, you need to leave a comment that says 4 butt cheeks.
Please,
or
please.
Hashtag 4 butt cheeks.
Oh please! I would actually enjoy seeing that because there are times when I'll review back, I'll go, "What's this about?" Oh right, got it. Yeah. So, what was I saying?
You would sell your soul for a Sneak Energy code.
No, I kind of do because, like I said, I can't do this without help through, other people.
Thing is, a lot of it is stuff like that. It's it's not. They're not getting paid to do it. It's you sign up to it, and there's a few companies that do this. You sign up to it. You have over a certain amount of followers. Some it's just 1,000. And then they give you oh, here's a link, and if someone clicks and buys this through your link, you might get a little bit of money. But you kind of wonder with stuff like that.
I don't think they even give money. They give you discount off your next purchase.
So something like that, and it's just well, who? I've seen a real increase lately in. I know we can mention brands in Sneak Energy because they work with cosplayers over 1,000 followers, and you can tell it's cosplayers that kind of want to go down the influencer route, but they're oh yeah, this will look good. It'll look like a brand deal, and it's is that really what you want to be putting out there for attention? Really? God, sell your feet like the rest of us.
Just to say very quickly, other energy drinks who are willing to buy your souls are available. Carry on, Beth.
Or buy your feet are available. But yeah, it's just kind of it's the push towards influencer culture for me, but it's also just because I am a big believer in that, if you're going to be influencing or having anything like a creator pass, what are you giving to the community? And if it's that you can bulk buy fast fashion costumes and bang out a load of lip sync TikToks, then I don't think there's a shortage of that right now.
Yeah. Oh dear. Chapman, is there anything else you want to add to this? I mean,
to my bitter old lady rant.
I was going to say, Chapman, feel free to not associate yourself with Bethan either. I'm trying to distance myself as much as possible.
I have neither comments which are good or bad regarding this if my old company is hearing this podcast.
It's a very BBC reply. I can neither confirm nor deny the presence of Sneak Energy drinks.
Oh no! Regarding influencers, because I worked on the platform with the world's biggest influencers.
Yeah, fair enough.
Where influencers even began.
Some are great, to be fair. There's some I look at who are considered. Don't iron your finger. They're considered they're considered, kind of well known and influencers in the community. And I look at them and I'm yes, you're a beacon. You're someone to look at where you're you're doing a lot for the community. But others, I'm just you're only in this for yourself. And for internet popularity, which we we are all attention seeking fuckers on the internet. Let's be honest.
No!
if we weren't, we wouldn't be posting all our shit online. But it's good lord, at least be subtle about it. And also, people think it's an easy job being an influencer, and it's no, the ones that've been doing it long term and properly, you've got to have multiple hats that you're wearing. No,
absolutely.
What does that
no, like I said, I would easily sell my soul so that if anyone is going, if we put sponsor in his podcast or his website, if I can help get some of that fun, I think there's such a belief that somehow I'm being funded or no one thinks about the cost. I think it's more that actually.
We all know that no one wants to pay for you, Eddie. It's fine.
Absolutely fine, not a problem. But a lot of people seem to just have the social medias. That's fine. But I run a website that's costing me £200-300 a year to keep running. I've got podcasts that I spend $20 I think per month just to host these podcasts. I mean, now thinking about it, and the more I've been doing this, I think I'd actually do this differently.
Hindsight is everything.
Oh, definitely, 100%. So yeah, I get where you're coming from, but also I am slightly jealous that I'm not part of that.
Well, you know what? I'll send you the link to Sneak Energy, and I'm sure you can get a discount code.
Woo! Yeah, baby. So that Chapman doesn't get into trouble. Let's hear his cosplay entry that he wants to put in there.
Oh God.
Mine is cosplay competition standards.
Go on.
This is controversial. So this is nothing. So nothing against cosplay judges or any of that. It's more to the organizers. So there's so much mixed information and criteria across the different cosplay events that it's hard to find something that is universal and easy for everyone. And this especially taking into consideration of like some recent drama I've heard recently regarding a cosplay competition in the US, which was so poorly held. So there was only one judge for the competition for the novice category or the entry level category. There, I believe it was just only that one judge prejudging who even had the ability to bump someone up to get an award in the masters category, which firstly is very weird, and that is completely biased because when it's only one judge, there is no unbiasedness to it. Secondly, the MCs were criticizing cosplayers and costumes apparently. There was also a lot of mishandling, inappropriate jokes, and also the fact that if you're an MC, if something goes wrong, you shouldn't announce it. Like when someone's watching something and there's something that goes wrong, it's people will be like, they don't know if it's part or not. But when the MC goes, oh shit, or it's like, oh, that's awkward, people will start realizing how awkward it is, and that just ruins the event for people. Like the participants will start feeling awkward or start feeling not too great of the event. They might even put people off from entering again. So having like a nice standard which people could go to or a baseline which people could follow would help improve this and also make cosplay much more open for people.
Very interesting. I mean, I think, Beth, we've done a podcast, if not an Instagram live about this during the pandemic.
Yeah,
because I'm sure we did something about. I was thinking about
it is one of my pet hates. Is just poorly run cosplay competitions, inexperienced judges, all that sort of shenanigan.
There's should be a baseline regarding it. Like, oh, there should be at least 2 judges to prevent biasing. MC should not announce when something really bad goes wrong to make it feel weird, and kind of try and keep it nice. Don't make it awkward for people.
You're talking about more cosplay judge etiquette, really, than anything else.
No, the organizers, because this is how organizers set these competitions up, right? It's not, like I said, it's nothing to do with the judges. It's the standards that the organizers should have.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. I mean, the reason I can't really talk about it because I don't watch it get involved with the cosplay competition. I generally think I find it hard to look at someone's the results of it because I know it's someone's opinion because you can say, oh, that one won, and I look at it and go, I can't see why, and I look at what came either second or third, or maybe who was in the competition, or I would have gone, oh, maybe why didn't this one win then? Things like that. It's always it's an opinion thing, and I think it's hard to get your head around that because it's such a thing, and that's why I think you're always going to have that bias in there. But yeah, I think you're right. If there's someone that if the judges know that cosplayer, then they should try to is it recuse themselves or something like that. But let's also face it, the cosplay community is still fairly small. You're bound to bump into someone that you know.
Especially in the UK, it is so incestuous.
So this is why I say more than one judge. So if you're having one judge, that is going to be biased. But if you have multiple judges with multiple talents, so one judge is an expert in foam props, one is an expert in sewing, one is an expert in makeup, you could combine their knowledge. That gives it like a higher standard, rather than there's just one judge who only understands one thing, and then they will only judge it on that one thing, and then that becomes completely biased. So by having that standard of just like, okay, if it's a competition, regardless if it's novice, whatever, we have more than one judge. That kind of standard needs to be in place, or something like that needs to be discussed to be making things better.
No, I absolutely, yeah, and I'm now seeing your point of view. Okay, I mean, look, Beth, is there anything you would like to shed some light on this, since you are within the three of us more, the expert?
I'd agree, and I'd also, what I like about the American model is like the skill, for lack of a better word, the skill level categories that you can go into, whether you're beginner, a bit more experienced, or like way more advanced. And I think that needs to be rolled out more in the UK. I know they have done it at MegaCon with varying levels of success. And there's I think there's couple of other cons that have started to do it. But again, that kind of a flat level agreement across the board. And there's some cons I entered where they're super clear on how you're marked, what they're looking for, the breakdown, whether it's like, okay, you're going to be 50% of your points will be your costume, 50% will be your skit or whatever. Or, oh, there's no performance here, it's, 100% costume. That needs to kind of be there needs to be clarity across the board, and there needs to be also just experienced judges across the board, because sometimes I've looked at judges for comps, and I'm like, I am not entering because I don't trust you people, which sounds horrible. But I've signed up for May MCM's Masquerade on the Saturday. But to be honest, if I look at the judges that they get, and I don't particularly not like them, but I don't think there's a good spread out of skill, or I don't think they're particularly unbiased. I'll withdraw. I won't enter because I'm not dealing with that bullshit.
Are you just getting old? Is that what I'm hearing? Really?
Maybe. I feel old looking at the community when it was like the competitions would be like needlework or armor. And now it's like, oh my god, people can 3D print, they can resin cast, hours of hand embroidery, all of this. And I'm like, holy shit, it's such a different atmosphere to what it was, when I started 15 years ago. Not that I was competing back then, holy fuck. But you know what I mean. It's amazing how the technology's changed.
Oh god, yeah. Tell me
it's these days and they're changing technologies.
Saying that, you just remind me, it's going to be my 15th year of cosplay photography next month. Oh wow. God, I feel old.
God, you started photography when I started cosplay then, because I started at the May MCM it was 2009. That was my first time I ever cosplayed.
Oh, I've been going to Comic-Con for over about 20 years now, but I think...
That's because you're ancient, Eddie.
Yeah, thank you, fuck you. But as an NTR food and cosplay, as a photographer, I've always, for some reason, I picked 2012. So I'll be 12 years going at MCM London.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, because I started working with you in the 2015.
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah.
God, yeah.
It's been a while.
Fucking hell, yeah.
I think I said to you the other week, I was just like, shit, we've known each other damn near 10 years.
I know.
That's gone quick.
How have we not like throttled each other by now? How are we not trying to cancel each other out,
It's because it's just like, oh fuck, I guess I'd have to find another photographer to work with.
Love the fact you both started at the same con.
Yeah, well, I started working together. It was it was London Super Comic Con when I first shot with you.
Yeah.
God, R.I.P. that one.
Yeah, your Ace cosplay.
Yeah.
See, I remember.
She got quite an outing. She went out a lot. I've still got her jacket, the only thing that stops me wearing her is Doctor Who cosplayers, because they're so unbearable.
You've said it more than once, and yeah.
I know, and that can be a whole podcast topic one day.
One of these days. Well, Doctor Who's coming back. I might bring you back for that. What was I going to say?
What do you hate about cosplayers, Eddie?
No, I was about to say, do I do mine one? Oh god. Okay.
Not enough latex for you?
Oh, shut up! Jesus Christ. Just because it's shiny doesn't mean I'm a magpie to it all the time. Anyway, so... I will say this is a very personal opinion and it's a viewpoint. I don't know if this really happens or not, so do not shout at me if this is real or not.
Anyway, if you want to shout at Eddie, he can be found on Food and Cosplay on all social platforms.
No. I've changed my name. I've changed it to what's her name? Cosplay.
It's Cosplay and Food now.
Fuck off. Chapman did that joke. Did that joke 5 years ago, something like that.
Yeah, and Chris did it 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe we should have. Maybe you should have done that for April Fool's Day.
Oh, should have done. Yeah, changing the name. Right. What CNF? God, that sounds wrong. Anyway.
That sounds kind of illegal, actually, doesn't it?
I know, it does sound weird. Okay, so I don't like when probably not just cosplayers, but cosplayers and photographers use people to get up the social ladder to be a bit more, I don't know, just get ahead of them, ahead in the game, and kind of like leave the people behind that they've used to get to a higher status, shall we say. And I've seen this. And I will say, and I'll keep saying this is such a personal opinion. Like, I've seen this happen, and it's happened to me I feel like it's happened to me, I should say, where people have used me to get from me as a photographer to another photographer, because at least they go, oh, maybe if Eddie shot with this person, then I will shoot with this person. But I swear I've heard that, oh, Eddie's shooting with that person. Oh, that means I can grab that person then, and then, they can hang around with me. I'm like, look, I don't play like school playground games like that. Like, if you want to shoot that person, go for it. If you don't use me to like help you fish for people to shoot with. Or if I'm shooting with someone that takes your interest, don't kind of like sneakily trying to grab them away from me. Just ask. Just say, hey, yeah, would you finish? Can I take? Yeah, sure, not a problem.
Yeah, could you introduce me to this person?
Yeah, things like that. Yeah, don't be a fucking snake about it. But from a from a photographer's point of view with cosplay, like I said, I feel like I've worked with some cosplayers, and then all of a sudden they just stop working with me, and I'm like, oh, okay, then was I a shit photographer, or I don't know. And then I see them with like higher echelon status photographers go, oh, okay, I see now. I see. Okay.
It's that, I'm not good enough for you anymore. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. An avocado, thanks.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying I'm oblivious to this, I'm not part of this as well. Like, there are some people I would love to work with to like improve my, shall we say, status, or my, my share like count and things like that. Like, I'm not saying, I'm so above this. Like, of course,
I don't want to socialize with people.
No, but like I said, don't get me wrong. But it's not like I would forget the people I work with. Like, I still do.
That's it. You start shooting with like Yaya Han and that, and you never shoot with us again.
Who are you?
I'm in your basement.
What? That's weird. I don't have a basement. Anyway, but like I said, it's like I still have an open schedule policy at MCM London. Like, I don't care who you are, what cosplay you got. If you think you're good enough to shoot with me, then I'll shoot it. I have no care. But I don't like the idea that I'm used as a stepping stone. To get to other people or to that elite group, because I purposely like keep to myself and just do my own thing. I'm like, I'm not with this clique group or that clique group and things like that. I'm just, no, is it clique? Clique? No.
Clique, yeah.
Clique. Oh, good. I did get it right. But yeah, I'm not. I try not to do that, because I like to think I'm very Switzerland. Like, I'm independent. I don't want to get involved and things like that. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say about the cosplay bit.
Nice.
Chapman?
No comment. I have too many people on my friends list that do this, and if I say anything, they will know.
Okay, so I'm not. But hang on. So I'm not imagining this then.
No, you're not imagining it. So it happens. Like, even in my friend group right now, there's one or two people I know that does this, but I just haven't called them out for it yet.
Yeah, I mean, there's no, like I said, I don't think there's any point of calling them out, because we all do it.
Just kind of side eye and move on,
So I call it out as in, like, when I don't mind them being friends with me and doing that, but when they start to use my friends for the same thing, that's when I will call them out. That's what I mean. Like, I've seen it happen where people's approach me to quote work with me, and then move on to people who are more famous or well known in the community, and then do that again and again. That's where I will start to call them out, because they're just extruding shitty behavior.
Yeah. It's when they want to work with you, and then suddenly they get like a higher follow account or whatever, and they're like, well, I'm not going to work with you because your follow count is so low that I won't gain anything from it. It's that kind of like attitude.
Yeah, and that attitude I don't like. If someone just says, I just don't like your photography work, that's fine. That I can accept.
Because there's some togs you'll work with for certain costumes. So, like, there'll be togs I'll go for like, cosplays from certain fandoms, because I know I'm like, oh, yeah, they shoot, like, superhero-style photography or XYZ, like, really well. Like, that's what their niche is, but I wouldn't go to them with a Disney princess cosplay, you know?
Yeah. No, I get that. Yeah. I know you've had some... I'm keeping Chapman out of this so that he doesn't get himself in trouble.
It's fine. I'm too old to give a fuck if people get mad at me in the cosplay community. I'm like, please, like, come up and say something. I don't care. Like, it's all internet points, isn't it?
It is, and it's like, I think we're all at an age where we just go, we're just too old for this type of bullshit, and like, I just can't do it.
I think that's why it's like, you know, like a lot of the stuff I've mentioned, like the kind of more TikToker influencer culture that's come out of cosplay since the pandemic. I'm like, my God, I'm too old to try and keep up with that sort of thing. Like, will I make silly videos? Sure, but I'm also not going to be like clout chasing. I vividly remember after one MCM, people were saying, "Oh my God, I just didn't shoot all the content I wanted to. I just couldn't get all the content," and I'm like, are you not just hanging out with your friends? At the risk of sounding old, at the risk of sounding like an old bitch, like, why the hell are you worrying about getting enough content? Like, touch grass, touch your friends. Touching me, touching you.
Don't touch me, never touch me like that, please, God.
Caroline. Eddie doesn't want touched. You've heard it here first.
That reminds me of a conversation I overheard at Comic-Con. This group of people were just having a debate saying, "Oh my God, you haven't learnt the latest dance on X, Y, Z yet? Oh my God, I can't be friends with you." I was like,
"Oh God,
what? Really?"
I do remember like coming back to cons after pandemic, and people going, "Yeah, oh, like, let me know if you want to shoot TikToks together." And I'm like, if you approach me and think I'm going to know a TikTok dance, oh my God, I can give you caramel dancing, okay? I can give you the opening to Haruhi Suzumiya. That's it. I haven't learned anything in 15 years. Don't make me start
now. What about Nomo?
Oh my God, yeah, I remember that. I think I'd explain that to someone I worked with. I was like, yeah, you know, like Nomo, all that. And they were like, what? And I was like, oh no, you're too young. Oh God, I'm the crypt keeper. No. Back in my day, when YouTube had just been invented, we all did the Numa dance.
I hate to say this. What is the Numa dance?
Oh my God,
Eddie. You know that it was like a guy filming stuff in front of his computer, like lip syncing. It was like Maya.
Oh, that! Oh yeah, I do know. Yeah.
God, that's an audio clip for someone to save. Like, oh, here's what's this cosplay losing the fucking plot while she tries to level out the hem on her skirt.
It was called like Dragostea, something like that. That was the name of the song.
Yeah, something like that. I can't actually remember.
Yeah, like, it's like I found it funny, but at the same time I went, I feel sorry for the guy because they're all laughing at him, not laughing with him, type of thing.
Yeah, I think now that it's more like we look back and we laugh with him, and it's like, oh my God, yeah, like you're an icon. You know, what are they doing now? But
yeah, literally, he had his 15-minute of fame. That was it.
Yeah.
But,
you know what? That just brought up something I realized. Moldova makes really good music. No, think about it. Nomo. Then you've got the saxophone guy. He's from Moldova.
Oh yeah, right. True.
Anyone else? Just those two?
That's all you need, really.
Yeah. The saxophone guy already holds 2 epic sax loop.
When you say is it the...
Yeah.
That lives in my
And he also got another one. He also had a recent new one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God, what is it?
Oh, I gotta find it.
Well, whilst you're
carry on the
that,
conversation while I find it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna end this little section and then we're gonna go to a vote. So, Beth, you started. So you talked about how
cosplay. I was going to say cosplay influencers. Yeah.
Yeah, with such as those with energy drinks, things like that.
Yeah.
Are you going to stick to that one, or do you want to move it to maybe Chapman's one, which is about cosplay competition standard, or my one about like stepping over people to climb that social ladder?
I'm gonna swap, and I'm gonna swap to the cosplay competition standards because, like, hard agree. I feel that.
Fair enough. Chapman, if you've got a moment to spare a brain cell to give
cosplay competition.
I feel like we're ganging up on you here, Eddie.
Oh no, it's my birthday, and no, I'm not getting a win here.
My birthday, no one loves me.
No, never love it.
No one cares for me.
But, I mean, like I said, because I don't do cosplay competition, it doesn't affect me. So I'm just gonna.
And this doesn't affect me. I don't care.
Yeah. I think I will stick to my one because it really does annoy me when it feels like I've been used to get ahead and they've not like took me with them. And it probably is sounding a bit jealousy, a bit petty. I am jealous and petty. Let's put it that way, all right?
I think life's too short for people to pretend they're not a little bit jealous and petty.
Oh, yeah.
You can be like, oh, no, not me at all.
Oh,
it's like, you are a little bit deep down.
Tiny little bit, yep. Oh, man. Okay. Well, let's do photography now, and then we'll do the life and talk about my birthday in the podcast extra. So, have you found that song yet?
Yes, I know what it's called.
Cool.
I'll send it to you.
Oh, okay, cool. Don't want to share it with the class. All right, fair enough. Okay.
No, I don't know how much you. It's called "Hey Mama" by Sunstroke Project.
Not a fucking clue.
Eddie's not hip and down with the kids.
That's why I said I'll send it to you.
But no, yes, Beth, you're right. I am not down with the kids. I'm too old for that. Anyway,
you're not hip. You're more like an elbow.
Oh, really am. Jesus Christ, my hip. Anyway, Chapman, you haven't gone first, so you go first about your about anything about photography.
Proprietary software and hardware that they discontinue after a very short time.
That's very specific.
It's very specific, but we're here for it because we're petty.
Yes, I am very petty. So it's actually happened with quite a lot of stuff, most notably Sony systems. But Nikon released the Z6 series cameras, right? And the first generation of Z6 uses a proprietary memory card called the XQC, something like that. And it's bloody expensive. It's a similar slot to the CF Express. And after about less than a year, they discontinued it. And further remakes or further editions of the Z6 cameras now have SD cards. So they've done all this thing, making people transition into their new memory card systems to then discontinue it, and now it's probably expensive to use, is something that really annoys me. And I would like to have in the vault.
Well, yeah, I get where you're coming from. I hate to say this as a man of technology who loves his gadgets and all that. You're banking on being an early adopter of these type of things. Therefore, you are taking a risk that this technology will last. So it's like,
it's more not me trying to adopt it; is I'm forced into it.
Oh, absolutely, yes. But I mean, that's any new product. It's like I'm trying to think. Do you remember like mobile phones?
No, I've never heard of a mobile phone.
Let me explain. No, but do you remember when the first, like the dumb phones came out? Every mobile phone manufacturer had their own proprietary way of connecting to it. Like I remember the Sony one, which had this fat head, and you click it in, and it's reversible. That was fine, but you couldn't put that into a Nokia. I think a Nokia was just a barrel charger. I'm trying to think any other manufacturer I can remember off the top of my head.
Other manufacturers are available.
Fuck Apple. We'll be talking about Apple in the in the podcast extra.
Yeah, I remember like there was the 5A micro cable, then there was the micro USB cable,
Mm-hmm.
Then there was the 30-pin, and then there was the 8-pin charging cables.
Oh god,
lightning cables.
Yeah.
Then US.
Hey, USA!
US macro USB.
Yeah.
And then now USB Type C with 5 different versions: the charging cable, the data transfer cable, and then whatever the one that doesn't do shit.
Oh, you just
the freeloader cable.
You have ruined your category unless you're going to come up with a new one in the podcast extra.
This is still technically proprietary software and
yes,
hardware.
True. I don't know. I think because I'm so aware of these things that I'm like I want to make sure I can still use current old technology with anything new, things like that. So
well, I mean, like if you take hard drives, for example, half of them use USB-C, half of them use USB Micro B.
Yeah. Oh, that fucks me off because it's only hard drives that use that, nothing else.
Yeah, proprietary software and hardware that pisses people off.
Yeah, and I think if I knew I could use this cable for other devices, not just other hard drives, I'd be a bit more okay. But anyway, but that proprietary hardware is so expensive. It's like when you were telling us in the green room, I was like looking, going, "Fuck, what? Who has money for that?" It's unbelievable, unbelievable. Beth, is there anything you want to add to that?
No, that's true. Because, like I was saying in the green room, I remember mini disc players, and they were kind of done and gone in what felt like a couple of years. So it's ridiculous to expect people to transfer to new technology, software, even like charging cables and that. Also, I hate when you buy a new device, like a new phone, doesn't come with a charging cable. Might just be an Apple thing. I don't know, but it's just like
It's Apple started it and everyone copied. So yeah.
Do you know what? Speaking of your micro CD, was it, or compact CD?
Discman. No,
mini disc.
Mini disc. Eddie, do you remember VCD? If you know what VCD is, you are most undoubtedly Asian.
Oh, VCD! I fucking know VCD, Laserdisc. Jesus Christ! Do you know how
LP?
I know that? Oh my god!
It's because you're old.
No, because every fucking Chinese family, for some reason, got into karaoke, and everyone thinks they can karaoke. They can all sing. Like, no, you can't. You really can't. It really does sound like just a cat being strangled. It's just noise. Sorry, carry on. Like, oh god!
No, it just reminded me.
I am sure.
Proprietary software.
This. Oh,
VCD was proprietary hardware and software.
Oh god, it really is. But you could actually play that on PCs because I make not that I'm trying to out myself, but I know a friend who used to copy VCDs for other people, and so yeah.
Hey, I thought you're not meant to talk about that.
Don't.
That's my history. Leave me alone.
Hang on, I've got it. Oh, hang on, because. This, oh god! Oh, my phone just died. Oh jeez! Oh jeez!
Well, now if you get one of those multiple charging cables, you'll be able to revive it.
No, it's the
Will to Live.
The Will to Live just died for a Chinese opera. I'm sure I've played this on the podcast, but this is just noise. Hang on. Oh, it's just playing an advert. Hang on. Oh Jesus Christ! Oh right, okay. Oh no! Go away, advert. I've got it. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh, this is Patrick.
Right. Oh, why is there no noise? What? Oh, what? No,
I thought you worked with technology, Eddie.
I did. Hang on. Why is this mute? This is
mute
it? Do not disturb on. Oh my god! Generally, it's not working. What? Oh god! This is now going to sound really loud.
So you say you work in tech, and then
I know, right? It's a good thing I can delete all of this bit.
I don't think you should.
Here we go.
Oh Jesus!
I remember that.
That is apparently popular music.
That is, yes. My grandma listened to it.
Oh god, it's just noise. I love it when parents come to me and go, "Oh, what you listening to? It's just noise." I'm like, fuck off. Anyway, I've just noticed the time. We really need to move it along. Right, so I'm next. So, oh Jesus Christ, I'm gonna get. I swear, the more I do these podcasts, the more enemies I'm getting, and I think I know why less and less people want to talk to me.
I'm happy to gain more enemies.
So, what was that, Chapman?
I'm happy to gain more enemies with you.
Thanks, Beth.
That's true. That's true friendship.
True friendship. Yeah. Fucking hell.
Well, someone has to be the enemy.
Yeah. Anyway, this was like about a year ago, okay, and I have to. I'll say this very, very openly. This is not targeted at Chapman. I know you've got issues, but this is not targeted at you. Okay.
I know you've got issues. That's very personal.
Who doesn't?
Yeah, that's true.
But like, I don't like when people moan, "Oh my god, I didn't get a press pass or a creator pass. Oh my god, I gave so much time and effort to the organizer." And my brain's thinking, yeah, I don't deny that you've given maybe time to them, but also things change over time. The allocation could change. It's like things that were 5-10 years ago were based on like maybe like Twitter and Facebook, and then Instagram came, and then everyone said, "Oh, do you use Instagram?" and things like that. Nowadays it's like, "Oh, do you do Snapchat? Do you do TikTok? Do you do Twitch and things like that?" It's like things evolve and things have changed. If you're not moving with those formats, then you're going to get left behind. But also the notion of what I've done before will get me to the next level or get to the next event without me trying. I went, not really. My ethos, and I think I blame my dad for this, because he does use his football analogy a lot on me, and also he loves the manager Brian Clough. He would always say to me, Brian Clough, and I mean he does this, he goes, "Son, this is what Brian Clough used to say to his players. I may pick you for the game today, but give me a reason to pick you again for the next game." And I don't think enough people think about that. I don't think enough photographers, and I probably shouldn't just say photographers per se, but this is to a wide audience. But recently, photographers have been saying this a lot, and I do remember having one photographer come up to me, and I won't name this photographer, but they did say, "Oh, I don't understand why I didn't get a press pass." And I went, "Okay, how often do you post photos to Instagram with tagging them?" Every other day. I do mine daily. Are you doing anything else beyond that? Have you got a website? Are you doing podcasts? Are you doing Instagram lives? What are you doing to help promote it? And he just looked blankly at me and going, and I went, "Well, I think you know the answer then." And I think people don't see themselves look at others thinking, "How did this person get it?" Because I will look at others and go, "Oh, why have this person got it?" and all that. Because I know a few cosplayers within the creator pass community do look at others going, "Hang on, how come you got it and I don't?" And like, we've got similar like counts. Like, it may not just be the like counts; it could be other things like, oh, they help promoting the event maybe, or they do tag, or oh, their content actually represents what we're looking for. That's the higher quality that maybe. I don't know. I think I was talking about this in a different podcast. It would help to know what the criteria are, so that at least people can go, "Oh, I can go for that or not." I get that, but they don't, so we have to guess. But I'm just saying that I think people think, "Oh, I just take photos and that's enough." Okay, that's good for you, but I'm doing a lot more, and I think that's what gets me over the line. I think. Yeah, and I'm just...
It's weird. I wish some more places, like you said, would post the criteria, because they always, as like a cosplayer, they ask you for your social handles, and like MCM ask you like, what content are you going to show? How are you going to promote the event? And MegaCon asked for like screenshots of your stats as well to like show your reach on stuff like Instagram. Which, interestingly, like I submitted to MegaCon, and I was very cheeky when I did it, because I'd had a reel go kind of viral. So my stats were fantastic. I had a really great reach if I went into my stats on Instagram. They rejected me within 20 minutes. I was just like, wow, you didn't fuck around with that one. But then on the flip side, I mean, I've applied for an MCM Creator Pass maybe for like the past couple of years, and I've never gotten anywhere before this coming May. And I'm genuinely shocked as to why I've got it, because I'm sitting at about 3,000 followers on Instagram, which is my most active platform. The rest are all below that. And I post a lot of pictures and works in progress and stuff, but I'm like, well, I'm not a particularly like active social member of the community, but who knows? But then I saw so many people getting creator passes this time around that hadn't ever had them before. So part of me, and it probably sounds horrible, but I was like, wow, did they just not get that many applications this time? Or are they shaking it up and giving it to people they don't normally give it to? Because and it could be related, because I saw people who normally have stalls at like Artist Alley, and it would be artists, small business owners you see there every single year. Same stalls, same merchandise, everything. And they've now been told this year at MCM, instead of having your normal stall in Artist Alley, you've actually got to pay for a more expensive table because you're falling under a different category. And I've seen people kicking off about this, and quite rightly, MCM are changing their rules every single fucking day. We don't know what ReedPop are doing.
Mm-hmm.
But also I'm like, well, if you're always there on the same type of pass, maybe they're giving other people a chance at the Artist Alley tables. Yeah. Maybe they've seen you've been there for the past 8, 10, 5, 6 years and gone, okay, well, they're always here. Let's bump them up. Or maybe they're just money-grabbing bastards. We don't know. Possibly both.
Possibly both.
Possibly both with MCM and ReedPop, let's be honest. But yeah, it's just a bit like, well, things change and you're not entitled to anything. And I've seen so many people go, well, I didn't get a free pass, so I'm not going to go. And it's like, okay, well, if you don't want to spend the money, fair enough. But you're like, it's probably not personal, unless your Twitter account is full of you calling MCM all the names under the sun. Which mine is sometimes, to be fair. If they book a really bad taste guest, which they've been doing with a monotonous regularity.
Oh, yes, I have seen you do that, yeah.
I pop off at them. I tag them in shit, I email them, and I go, respectfully, but you've booked someone who is on an offenders register. You've booked someone who's transphobic. And I'm surprised that I'm not blacklisted by MCM at this point, because I don't let them get away with it. I don't care. Like, take away my free pass, I'm still going to call you out for booking someone who's hateful. Fight me in the car park, ReedPop.
Wow.
Anyway,
gets
off my soapbox.
Yes. Chapman, as I said, you've got I don't know how to put it politely, but a personal gripe. So I don't know if you want to actually say anything. What?
Well, Vendetta?
Vendetta? I don't know.
Well, like, my problem is the communication. Like, I don't care if I get denied a press pass. Okay, fine, they changed the criteria. But it's the communications that they don't give people the opportunity to apply or go for the right things. So, like, for me, the reason why I've been so angry at them, and it's their team has told me and sent me emails even before I applied to apply for press pass. And then following the rules that they set and the communications that they set, I apply for a press pass, which in turn they then tell me, oh, you should apply to a creator pass 2 months after the deadline.
Yeah.
And tickets are sold out. So it wasn't just me, but a lot of photographers and a lot of videographers were told that, oh, you should apply for a press pass and not a creator pass, which then led to a whole mass of people applying for that specific pass and not applying for the creator pass like we would usually do. And then coming back and saying, oh, you don't apply, you should have applied to the other one, but not communicating it to us before the deadline even hit.
No, absolutely.
It's just, it feels disrespectful.
No, absolutely. That's why this year I literally had a 2-pronged attack, and I went for both creator and press, because I'm always in two minds about it. I'm not at the time, and I really want to wrap through this one very quickly. Who needs to go next? Beth? No?
Hello.
Wait.
Yes.
Beth,
I haven't complained enough yet.
Yes, you're the last one, so carry on, yes.
Cosplay photographers who, quite rightly, say, I'm not going to do free shoots, you have to pay me. But I don't believe that they would ever reach out to a photographer and say, hey, I'd love to shoot you, and pay them as a model. Because you always see the argument, especially when it comes to like MCM, photographers can't charge. of photographers talking about, and rightly, they are not wrong in saying this, about the cost of their equipment, the cost of the editing software, the hours spent learning how to edit, time put into MCM edits, all that sort of thing. Quite rightly. But then it's like, well, if you're saying that, cosplayers put the same amount of time and money and effort into making their costumes, if they make them themselves. And you want the body to shoot, so would you not want to pay a model? Because I've seen some photographers say that, and then they're saying, yeah, I really want to shoot these characters, these fandoms, or these locations. It's like, well, are you going to reach out to cosplayers and say, hey, you do this costume, I'd love to shoot it, let's work together? Would you pay them as a model? Would you expect to be the one getting paid, or would you work on a exchange kind of basis because you're both getting something out of it? Like, it's very interesting to me that I see a lot of photographers go, I'm not doing this for free anymore. It's like, well, but do you expect the cosplayers and the models to work for free? Because you're still getting something out of this. You're getting someone to be in your photo.
Yeah.
Like, who's made the costume. So yeah, that's kind of my service. And frankly, I don't care either way. If I want to shoot on location, I'm paying the TOG because you're coming out to shoot me and work with me. But if it is like that, and it's like, I'm not doing this for free anymore, and it's like, okay, but the labour I've put into this costume is also worth something.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
God, I wish this costume that I'm working on right now as we talk was free, because my fucking God.
Oh, man. Oh, right. Okay, I've got such an opinion on this. So
I always come crashing into your inbox, and I'm like, Eddie, this photographer has a dog shit opinion, and I'm going to tell you about it. And you're like, nah.
No, but like for many years, I've put up, like, if you want to hire me, here are my links, here are my costs and all that. And yet nothing comes to my inbox that says, yes. The amount of times that people said it to me at a con, yeah, okay, I get excited. And nothing happens about out of con shoot. The only person I think has really asked me to do a shoot is you, Beth. And I'm not saying just to lick your ass. Not that I was going to.
Hey, I showered.
Thank fuck. And
bars on the floor at MCM.
Yeah. And so I've changed tactic this year. Like, I've usually put out a new thing to say, hey, you want to hire me? Look at my sample photos. And I've not done one for this year because I think it goes nowhere. So I'm just leaving it as it is, and people want to shoot with me, that's fine. But I'm now actively going up to people and saying, do you want to shoot? And I'm still hitting that wall. But at least I feel like You're
making the attempt, yeah.
Yes, but it's definitely a two-way street. Like, if you charge, why can't I charge? And that's why, for me, TFP works better for me, or at least let's hire a studio and things like that. But yeah, it's just, I do appreciate that on both sides, everyone spent money, and that's why people don't hire.
That's the thing. I'm not going to be a petty enough bitch to be like, actually, you have to pay me as a model, because I'm not a model. I'm a fucking loser in a princess dress. But like, I could apply that principle, and I feel like I would be well within my right to say, okay, yeah, you're doing a service, but I'm doing you a service.
Yeah, but but what I was going to say is that if we've all spent money, why should one pay for the other? I do understand, and I really do appreciate that Beth has actually paid me for a shoot, and I have gone, are you sure? And
I'm there like, let me fucking pay you for this. I'm so, because we had that great shoot like February 2020 with like my 13th Doctor in was it the Vaults by Waterloo Bridge by London Waterloo?
Leek Street, yes.
And it was like fucking like a month before lockdown, and it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do more of this. And the thing is, annoyingly now, my job means it's harder for me to book TOGs like that. And then Eddie knows this, last year I tried to book a TOG for like a location type of shoot, and both times, first time it fell through, the second time they've just stopped responding to my fucking messages.
I know, yes, I know.
Yeah, but it's just a bit like, okay, well, you know, I am willing to pay you, because when you suggested it as a, what was it, TFP?
Yeah, TFP, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, well, you know, I was like, what are you getting out of using me? Because I'm, you know, I don't have that many followers or social influence type of thing. So
yeah, but yeah, it is hard, and like, yeah, Chapman, what's your opinion on like paying for models, or what should photographers be paying the models, or is TFP the best? What's your experience, very briefly?
So I personally think it's a two-way street. If you want to shoot something very specific and you have to ask someone out of their way to do it, you should be the one to pay for it. So If I say I want to shoot a very specific cosplay in this very specific location, it's my idea. I would pay for it. But if it's vice versa, it's the same. If a cosplayer wants to shoot something very specific in a location, and they want me to shoot it with, and they pay me, I'm happy for that. It's just a two-way street. It's like a give and take. Or you could do, like you said, TFP trade or whatever. But when it comes to people thinking they're entitled to be paid just to do a shoot for you, I think that's out of line. It's the whole thing of like, do you know, the photographers that charge people to edit their photos that they've taken of cosplayers in a convention, to that loophole.
I always think that's very shady. They're like, yeah, shoot with me at MCM. Oh, you want your photos? And I've worked with a toggle like that where it's like you'll get X amount of photos back, and then for the extra images, if you want any, I think it was maybe like £5.
Yeah, or if you want a full edit photo, pay me £20 or whatever, something like that.
Yeah,
stuff like that I find very shady. Or the people that kind of go, oh, book me for a shoot, pay me at Comic-Con. We'll meet at Comic-Con, but we'll shoot outside the barrier, so it's not on Comic-Con property. Like,
that's so. I've seen that, and it's so shady.
I get the US does it, but
we're not in the US. But we're not in the US.
Yeah, we're not in the
thank
US.
God for that.
The US has a completely different system.
No, they don't. They don't. They just no. As in, technically, in the rules, they're not allowed to charge either. We just self-regulated better. That is all. I spoke to an American.
I always see like American cosplayers going to like Katsucon or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I've booked my photographers, and they've charged them like amounts of money, and I'm like, oh damn, I'm so respectfully to you guys, I'm so glad I don't actually have to pay for photos at Con.
No, I was talking to someone about it, and they said, oh no, we do have to pay. We just no, we're not supposed to, but we just ignore it. I'm like, oh, okay then, all right.
So to clarify what I meant, I don't mean the whole booking to shoot at Con. I mean the whole system where there's a give and take. Cosplayers will pay photographers to take their photos, and photographers will pay cosplayers to shoot with. That's what I mean. Not shooting at a convention and charging at a convention. I just need to correct that in case.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Anyway, we're dangerously coming to a 2-hour podcast, and I really don't. And I'm not looking forward to editing this podcast. Anyway,
do you ever look forward to editing?
Not really. I hate editing, so I wish I could just do the thing and give it to someone else to do it. But anyway, we're going to quickly finish this, and then we'll move into the podcast extra. So, what I was going to say. So, out of Chapman's like proprietary equipment standards, my press pass allocation, people getting really upset by it or thinking they are entitled to it, and Beth's photographers should be open to paying for models. Chapman, which one do you want to like vote for? Do you want to stick to your one or change it to someone else?
My one, proprietary software sucks. And it's expensive.
Fair enough. I'm next. I think I might stick to my one because I do agree with you, Beth, but I think I'm just really sick and tired of just people moaning about the allocation of the creator press pass, but recently about the photographers, but as a whole with cosplay. Beth.
Oh, this disgusts me to say, but I'm agreeing with you, Eddie, because every time I see people whining about creator passes or press passes, I just want to slap them. I'm like, you're not entitled to a free pass to a 3-day convention. You're just not. Who the fuck do you think you are?
We all got one. We all got a win. Woo! Right,
we're all winners.
We're all winners in our head. Right, we are literally. This is such a long part. Right.
Oh my god, we're already like 2 hours into doing this.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us on the podcast. This has been really good. Please join us on Podcast Extra. Beth, where can they find you on the social medias?
You can bully me in all the usual places. I'm at Whatsa's Cosplay on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter that I don't use. No, Twitter that I do use, TikTok that I don't use. It's generally where I am, most active on Instagram. Come watch me scream over this 22-panel skirt that I'm making.
Yes.
It's been months.
Jesus Christ. Chapman, where can they find you on the social medias?
You could find me at LPC Photography on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you call it. LP Cosplay Photography on Facebook, or my website at chapmanlee.co.uk.
Fantastic. If you need to find me on the social medias, you go to foodandcosplay.org/links. That's where you find my social media links. If you go to foodandcosplay.org, generally, you'll find daily cosplay photos with articles and links. And oh yes, my schedule for my MCM London will be coming out soon on April 22nd. Put that in your diaries if you want to shoot with me there. If you go to foodandcosplay.org/podcast, you find previously recorded podcasts with these two, other subjects, with other guests. And if you go to patreon.com/foodandcosplay, you'll hear the podcast extra, where we'll be moving to this conversation. We're going to be talking about life. About life. So hopefully hear you there. And if not, thank you for listening to the podcast. And I'm going to say goodbye, and they're going to say goodbye. So bye, guys!
Bye.
Yorkshire puddings.
Chicken Kievs.
Creator bosses.
I knew you were going to say something.